I never saw it coming, not in a million years. The woman I loved, the one I believed was my forever, shattered everything with a single, casual sentence. I'm going on a date. For a moment, I thought I had misheard her. Maybe I was imagining things. I laughed, waiting for the punchline. But her face remained disturbingly calm. There was no smirk, no hesitation, just cold, brutal honesty. A date? I repeated, my throat tightening. Yes. With a coworker, she answered, her voice eerily casual, as if she were talking about picking up milk from the store. My world tilted. 5 years. 5 years of love, trust, and whispered promises late at night, shattered in a single moment. My chest tightened. My hands curled into fists. Emily. No. Not Emily. That name tasted like poison now. Let me get this straight, I said, forcing my voice to stay calm. You're telling me, your boyfriend, that you're going on a date? A real, romantic date with another guy? She sighed, rolling her eyes like I was the unreasonable one. Liam, I told you, I need some excitement. It's just dinner. Just dinner? My voice dropped lower, colder. She smirked, tossing her blonde hair over her shoulder. Yes. You're overreacting. It's harmless. Harmless? My fists clenched at my sides. Emily, this isn't harmless. This is cheating. She scoffed. Oh, don't be ridiculous. It's not like I'm sleeping with him, yet. I snapped. Her lips curled into a wicked smile. Well, we'll see where things go. The woman I had loved was gone. And in her place stood someone I didn't recognize. Emily, or whatever version of her existed now, pranced around the room, slipping into a deep red dress that hugged her body in all the ways she knew I loved. A deliberate, calculated move. I should have walked away. I should have grabbed my keys, left, and never looked back. But I didn't. I stood there, watching as she applied her lipstick, my fingers digging into my palms. You don't get to do this, I said, my voice laced with venom. She turned to me, amusement dancing in her blue eyes. Do what? Destroy our relationship in real time, I spat. She tilted her head, pretending to consider my words. Then she grabbed her purse, slinging it over her shoulder. Relax. I love you. This is just something I need to do for myself. Something inside me snapped. You walk out that door, Emily, and you don't come back. She smirked, stepping closer, running a single finger down my chest. You're so cute when you're mad. I grabbed her wrist and yanked her hand away. Enough. She chuckled. And with one final wink, she walked out the door. I stood there. Frozen. The apartment we had shared suddenly felt empty. Then, something inside me shifted. The pain. The betrayal. It coiled into something dark. Something powerful. She thought she could humiliate me. She thought she could walk all over me like I was nothing. No. She had no idea what was coming. I wasn't going to let this slide. I was going to make her regret every single choice she made. Emily thought I was just some pathetic boyfriend who would sit at home, waiting for her to finish her little date. She was wrong. The moment the door shut behind her, I got to work. First, I grabbed my phone and called my best friend, Nathan. He picked up instantly. Yo, man. What's up? Emily is cheating. Silence. Then a sharp inhale. What the hell did you just say? You heard me. Dude, are you serious? Dead serious. Nathan cursed under his breath. Tell me everything. I did. Every disgusting, heart-wrenching detail. By the time I finished, he was fuming. You need to get the hell out of there, he said. No, I replied. I'm not leaving. Then what the hell are you going to do? I smirked, a dark, dangerous smile stretching across my lips. I'm going to destroy her. I needed proof. If I wanted to come out on top, I needed evidence. I started small. Checking our shared bank accounts. Tracking her spending. Looking for anything suspicious. Then, I did something I never thought I'd do. I went through her phone. She was careless. Too confident. The messages were all there, explicit texts, inside jokes, and a dinner reservation at Le Rivage, one of the most expensive French restaurants in Seattle. And then, the final dagger to my heart. Her texts to her new lover. James. Emily, I can't wait to finally be alone with you. Liam doesn't excite me anymore. You make me feel alive. I clenched my teeth so hard my jaw ached. She was disgusting. But she had no idea I was already 10 steps ahead. I wasn't going to let her come home and pretend nothing had happened. While she was out, playing the role of a free woman, I was making sure she had no home to return to. I called a locksmith. How soon can you change the locks? Tomorrow morning. Perfect. Then, I ordered a new nameplate for the front door. One that displayed only my name. Emily's name? Erased. As if she had never existed. I was going to make her feel exactly what I felt. Utterly replaceable. Emily had no idea. She walked out of our apartment believing she had me wrapped around her finger. She thought I would sit at home, stewing in anger, waiting for her to return like a loyal, pathetic boyfriend. She had no idea I was already 10 steps ahead. While she was sipping expensive wine at Le Rivage, flirting with James under dim candlelight, I was making sure her entire world collapsed. The next morning, Emily was radiant. She hummed to herself in the kitchen, stirring her coffee, as if she hadn't just ripped our relationship apart the night before. She thought she was in control. She thought I had accepted it. She had no idea. I sat across from her, casually sipping my coffee. So, any plans today? She hesitated. Oh, just work stuff, she lied smoothly. I already knew exactly where she was going. She was meeting James again. At a hotel. She had no idea I had already hacked into her email and seen the booking confirmation. Sounds fun, I said smoothly, hiding my smirk. She smiled, probably relieved that I wasn't arguing with her. She mistook my silence for acceptance. That was her first mistake. That night, I made another call. To my lawyer. I want to start the process of removing Emily from the lease. And I want to file for separation. Understood, he said. Do you have proof of infidelity? I smiled darkly. More than enough. I sent him everything, her texts, her reservations, even the security footage I had pulled from the hotel she booked with James. I wasn't just leaving. I was making sure she left with nothing. Saturday morning. Emily was practically bouncing around the apartment as she packed a small bag. She had no idea this was the last time she'd ever step foot inside. She had the audacity to kiss my cheek before leaving. Don't wait up, she teased, winking. I forced a smile. Wouldn't dream of it. She thought she was about to have the best weekend of her life. She had no idea she was walking straight into her own downfall. The moment her car pulled away, I sprang into action. The locksmith arrived within the hour. New locks. New keys. New reality. Then, I erased every trace of her from the apartment. Her clothes? Gone. Her personal belongings? Packed up and sent to her parents' house. Her name? Removed from every legal document. She wanted to be free? Fine. She was free. Free from me. Free from this home. Free from the life she so easily threw away. But I wasn't just going to kick her out. She needed to feel the consequences. So, I sent the screenshots and recordings to her closest friends. Her mother. Her boss. And finally, James' girlfriend. Yes. James wasn't single. And now his girlfriend knew everything. Let the chaos begin. Sunday evening. Emily came home. Correction, she tried to come home. She fumbled with her keys, confusion turning into panic when none of them worked. She pounded on the door. Liam. Open the door. What the hell is going on? I took my time. Let her suffer. Let her feel the weight of what she had done. Finally, I opened the window and leaned out. Expression cold. Detached. Check the nameplate. She turned, her eyes scanning the door. And then, she saw it. Her name? Gone. Replaced with only mine. Her face crumbled. This isn't funny, Liam, she choked out. It's not a joke, I replied. This is what you wanted, right? Your freedom. Her eyes filled with panic. No, no, no. Please, let me in. I can explain. I shrugged. Not interested. She collapsed against the door, sobbing. Good. Let her drown in it. She spent the next hour begging. She swore she was sorry. That she had made a mistake. That she loved me. I raised my phone, my finger hovering over the send button. Keep talking, Emily. I'll make sure your parents, your boss, and every single person you know gets a front row seat to your downfall. Her face drained of color. Checkmate. She tried one last trick. Tears. Seduction. Promises of change. I didn't buy it. You had your fun, I said. Now you get to live with the consequences. She gasped, clinging to my arm. Please, I don't have anywhere to go. I smirked. Not my problem. And I slammed the door in her face. 2 days later, she received the separation papers. She refused to sign at first. Begged me to reconsider. I didn't. You made your bed, I said. Now lie in it. She broke down. She had finally lost everything. And for the first time in a long time, I felt peace. Her downfall was immediate. Her family? Horrified. Her boss? Fired her on the spot. Turns out, sleeping with a coworker while in a relationship didn't exactly scream professionalism. And James? Gone. The second things got messy, he ghosted her. Now she had no boyfriend. No job. No home. No future. She was completely alone. She tried calling me. Over. And over. I ignored every call. Every message. Until one day, she showed up at my workplace. I should have had security throw her out. But instead, I met her in the parking lot. Arms crossed. Expression cold. She stood there, disheveled and desperate. Tears streaked down her face. Please, Liam. Just talk to me. I didn't say a word. I made a mistake, she sobbed. I should have never, God, I was so stupid. I raised an eyebrow. You think? I'll do anything, she whispered. I'll be the perfect girlfriend. I'll make it up to you. Pathetic. I took a step forward. Emily, what exactly do you think happens now? She blinked, hopeful. We fix this? I laughed. Cold. Sharp. No. Her face crumpled. You wanted excitement, I reminded her. Well, congratulations. You got it. She collapsed to her knees, sobbing. I walked away. Because real revenge wasn't just taking my life back. It was making sure she would regret losing me for the rest of her life. Emily thought her humiliation ended with me kicking her out. Wrong. Word spread fast. Her betrayal wasn't just a private scandal anymore. It became public knowledge, something she could never erase. Her friends? Gone. Her job? Destroyed. She tried to find another one, but the industry was small. People talked. No one wanted to hire someone with a reputation for backstabbing. Her family? Embarrassed. Her mother stopped speaking to her. Her father refused to help. She had burned every bridge. But the worst part? James. Her lover. Her excitement. Her escape. He abandoned her. She had no boyfriend. No home. No future. She was completely alone. She tried dating again. But every man already knew. Aren't you the girl who cheated and got kicked out? One man actually asked her that. She left the date in tears. Her name became a warning. A lesson. A joke. And I thrived. One night, I received a letter. From Emily. I almost threw it away. But curiosity won. I opened it. I ruined everything. I don't deserve your forgiveness, but I need you to know I was wrong. And I will never stop regretting what I did. I smirked. Good. She should regret it. But forgiveness? That was something she would never get. 1 year later. I had moved on. New apartment. New career. New love. I had one. And Emily? She was still drowning in her own mistakes. To make sure she truly understood what she lost, I sent her a wedding invitation. Not because I wanted her there. But because I wanted her to see how replaceable she was. She never replied. But I heard through mutual friends, she cried for days. Perfect. One last encounter. I ran into her at a coffee shop. She was barely recognizable. Dark circles under her eyes. Weight loss from stress. A hollow, broken expression. She looked at me like I was the last piece of happiness she had ever known. Are you happy? She asked softly. Very, I said. She swallowed hard. I wish, I cut her off. Too late. And just like that, I walked away. For good. Because real revenge wasn't just taking back my life. It was knowing that she would regret losing me for the rest of hers. Emily's downfall wasn't just temporary. It was permanent. She tried finding a new job. But her past followed her everywhere. She tried moving in with friends. But no one wanted to take her in. Her parents? Still ashamed. She had no home. No career. No life. And I? I was just getting started. She thought her humiliation ended when I threw her out. Wrong. Word spread. Her betrayal was no longer just a story. It was a cautionary tale. She became a punchline. A whispered warning. She tried dating again. But every potential partner eventually found out. No one wanted to be her second choice. No one wanted to be the next fool. She had destroyed herself. And I? I moved on. One last letter. I recognized her handwriting immediately. I almost threw it away. But again, curiosity won. I ruined everything. I know you'll never forgive me, but I need you to know, I was wrong. You were the best thing that ever happened to me, and I destroyed it. I don't expect you to ever speak to me again, but please, just know that I will hate myself for this for the rest of my life." I smirked. Good. She should regret it. But forgiveness? That was something she would never get. 1 year later. I was happily married. Emily was a ghost. A whisper of what she used to be. I ran into her one last time. She looked at me, eyes filled with desperate hope. "Are you happy?" she asked. "Very." She swallowed hard. "I wish," I cut her off. Too late. And just like that, I walked away. For good. Because real revenge wasn't just taking back my life. It was knowing that she would regret losing me for the rest of hers. And that? That was the ultimate punishment.